I've been chatting a lot, and I really want you to be able to hear from other voices today. So we have a testimonial from Katherine Newell, who's the CEO of the Faith Space, who wants to share a little bit about her experiences with Tech Chaplaincy. So Katherine, go ahead.
Thank you, Shamika. I'm so excited to be here. I could listen to you all day, though. I know you're saying you're talking a lot, but I love it. I am a millennial, but I really don't understand tech. I call myself like an elder millennial. It's very weird. And so I met Shamika back in seminary at Union Theological Seminary, and she was actually one of the first people I met, because what is the first thing you do when you go to a new school? You set up an email account and you have to figure out your digital identity in that space. And so from day one meeting Shamika, she's always been very pastoral. And I actually know Patrick and Javon, and they're also very pastoral and hilarious. And you really need humor in spaces of, at least for me, sometimes panic, sometimes feeling very inadequate. Like I should know how to do these things. It can get very, very frustrating. And it can like really weigh on me. So I used Shamika and her guidance back then. And then now she actually serves on the board of the Faith Space, which is a nonprofit that I founded this past year. And we are uniquely at the intersection of spirituality and social justice. So we have a lot of, like, in the faith world and the activism world, we had a lot of needs that we needed help with, not just on the Google Drive side, but creating a website and a web presence on social media. Every step of the way, Shamika has been there. And I honestly do not know how I could have gotten through it without her. Just last week, she helped me for only a half hour. And it was something that I tried to do myself for 3 months. For 3 months. And it was so simple. And it took her like 7 minutes. And it actually isn't really her, right? Because what's cool about it is she empowered me to do it. So we shared the screen, and I was able to click the button myself. So that's the cool thing about chaplaincy. I served as a hospital chaplain for many years, so I know that side of pastoral care, but never had I imagined it really helping me in this way, not only as a person individually, but also as a leader of an organization that I want to be more successful and more accessible to folks. Shamika has helped me every step of the way. And also weaving in the rituals of chaplaincy as well, and of the tech world. We now exist solely online. I'm sure a lot of organizations do now, not only churches, but companies. And it's been phenomenal every step of the way to check in with Shamika and get clear about really what our intentions are, really the kind of community we want to cultivate and how to do that. And it's very simple sometimes. It's just naming how to use Zoom in a more simple way, or empowering people to engage with us in a chat box when that's the mode that we have to engage with each other. We're not in physical spaces right now. There is no better time to hire a tech chaplain than in a pandemic, if you're wondering about it. But as a minister, I really was not trained at all in seminary. I know many ministers are out there watching this. Like, where was our tech class? We never got a single one. And so to hire a tech chaplain not only is really helpful and really empowering, but it's really making your organization or your business that much more successful. You're accessing the people you want to connect with. You're empowered when you do it. So you're not like, oh gosh, how do I do this? Ask anyone now who comes to the Faith Space. We have a rhythm and a flow, and it feels grounded when you're on a tech medium. That is something I did not have 3 months ago. And I could not have done this transition without Shamika's support, with the tech side and then the pastoral side of coaching me every step of the way. I want to tell people out there, you're not alone. You're really, really not alone. It felt so lonely for me. And I felt so incompetent at times. And it's a small thing for someone, sometimes on a tech device, but this little thing can be a very powerful window to the world, or it can really stifle creativity. I'm grateful that my relationship with my devices and with my community has been elevated by Shamika's work and by the Tech Chaplaincy Institute. So I am so happy to give this testimonial. And I can't wait to hear all the others that are going to come very quickly, I know. So if you're on the fence, should I do this? Absolutely do it. You will not regret it for an instant. It will help you not only business-wise and tech-wise, but you'll just feel more confident in how to use your own technology. We spend a lot of money on this stuff, and it's just sitting there, and we're wasting it if we don't know how to have relationships, not only with the tech, but it actually can infuse and empower deeper relationships with people. So if you're on the fence, please book a session. And also personally too, like I've given Shamika's information to family members of mine who are in a different generation, right? Who really struggle with tech as well. So it's completely accessible. If you're on the fence, do it. And I just want to say thank you, Shamika, for having me on. You are a gift to the world. And if anyone is wondering, this is absolute ministry. So thank you, Patrick and Javon as well. Like you guys are leaning in and honoring the call of spirit in this space, and you're creating faith spaces wherever you go. So thank you.
Thank you so much. That is so sweet of you. I really appreciate your sharing your experiences.